We're live.
Captain's log, stardate 35898.2. The Valor has been on patrol within the contested zone. However, we have recently received a distress call from the USS Venture near the Nepar system. We're currently en route to their last known location. Hopefully, we make it before anything ill befalls the crew.
All right, we're gonna start off on the bridge of the Valor. Everybody should be at their stations.
Venture was the Constitution class that came in as part of that wave of reinforcements, right?
Yes, it was thrown out of mothballs. They've kind of kept in the air to help with, well, there'll be some research for that.
Has it been refitted or is it like old school?
Like old school.
It had been refitted.
The maximum refits it could take.
Yeah, so it's like movie Enterprise. What would the role be to find out all the information we can about the Venture's crew and its recent duties and patrol route?
Reason plus con, difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's computers plus con.
I'm only rolling a 13 on that. Anybody got better reason con? My con's great, but my reason's not great.
I've also got a 13, so if I can assist.
I've got a 8.
I will make the lead. Yeah, if someone will assist, that would be good. So, excuse me. Reason con. I really have any focuses that would apply in this one. I will give you a threat for bold con and the reroll and the third die.
Ship is computers con. So far, 1 momentum gain.
You got it, Cap, or you want me to grab it? Oh, never mind.
2 momentum gain.
Compiling the data now. Data on the Venture, Captain.
Thank you, Commander. What's our
Venture
current ETA?
currently under the command of Commander Douglas Baker. They've been assigned to 211 to help transport and aid the nearby colonies. Looks like they're taking the role the old Montana used to have. Last assignment were assisting the Nepar colony to deliver some construction equipment and supplies from 211.
Understood. What's our current ETA to their last known?
GM.
I already sent that to you.
Oh, sorry. ETA 1 hour at present speed, sir.
Understood. Maintain course and speed.
Aye, sir.
Anything else you wish to research or look up before you arrive at the last known coordinates of the venture?
Adjun, what can you find out about the Nepar colony itself?
The Nepar colony. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull some stuff up.
Who's doing the role? Because that was directed to a Shin.
Yeah, I figured that'd be a more sciencey role.
Uh,
I mean,
either depending on how you're looking at, this gonna be either Insight plus Con difficulty 1. If you want to look up what the actual colony is, like the plan and everything, that's more of a insight or reason science.
all right, Edgen, you're up.
So I believe I'm looking at exactly what the planet is, correct?
You have your pick. So if you want to get information about the actual colony itself, in terms for who's their local like town leader and the colony size itself, or if you wanted to look up the actual planet that the colony is at, there's two separate roles for it.
I believe if I understand the commander correctly, he wanted me to look at the planet itself. So, I'm gonna spend a threat for focus for bold science, and focus in geology.
It's not really geology, but I'll take an increased complication. The I have a bonus momentum. I get a threat. You do get a momentum off it. It's just like computer science.
Got the ship, Cap.
I'm trying to pull it up, but it's taking a minute.
Yeah, Roll20's been doing that lately. Actually, you want to try and re-roll the 0 since you spent for bold? You don't have
Sure.
to. Two momentum.
Yeah, you gain 2 momentum off the roll, and there's a float.
Just waiting for the ship.
Yeah, it's not coming up for me.
Computer science.
Yes, computer science.
Bonus.
Any additional information? Any information you would like to know?
I'd like to know how far the system is from space definitively controlled by the Cardassians.
Shannon, are you getting the messages over Gilded, or do you want me to send them to
No,
Roll20?
it's good. I'm just thinking of a question I could, or an advantage I could make, but I can't think of one right now. So, Ajin responds with, the Nepal system is, the planet in question is a class M world, similar to your Earth, and it is 4 light years from Cardassian space, sir.
Anything unusual about the system?
There seems to be nothing unusual about the system.
We're just getting basic information about the system, not the colony itself, right?
Right.
Correct.
And we expand that search using bonus momentum and maybe the science officer's freebie question.
I already used the science officer's freebie question,
Okay.
but it's a separate role, so
Okay.
it's more insight con.
I'll make the insight con roll. I think we should also view the logs and reports from the Venture and the colony, if any, to see if there might be a odd or unusual mention that might give us a head up. I don't don't know what kind of roll that would be.
I'll go ahead and tell you that's not going to be possible to get logs just yet.
Okay. Insight con. What's my diff?
Difficulty is 1. This is just to gather information about the actual general, information about
Right.
the colony.
I'll go ahead and give you a threat for the reroll and bold. Tap ourselves off here. Tapped. Niar or Nipar?
Nipar.
Okay. Like it's a colony of about 15,000, Captain. Their leader is a Mayor Sam Chiwon. Just basically one town, settlement, whatever.
Yeah. Looks like we lost the captain due to internet trouble.
Yamasharo's here.
Yeah, I'm
Science
here.
or engineering roll to go ahead and look up and pull up the Venture's warp and impulse signatures in case we have to track it.
You already have the stuff in the system.
Okay,
So
cool. This is me over preparing. Hopefully.
anything else?
Anybody think of anything?
Uh, what have we done? Because I came in a little late.
We've got information on the system and the planet, Class M, Earth-like. Nothing terribly unusual about the system. It's a colony of about 15,000. The Venture is a refitted Constitution class that's been basically been assigned to run supplies and support the colonies around Starbase 211, and it has disappeared on a run, or we've lost communication with it on a run to deliver some construction equipment and supplies to the Ipar colony. That's all we know thus far.
Do we know its last known location?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's where we're headed now, if I'm remembering.
Yes, that's where you're heading to now.
We're about an hour out.
How far was it away from the colony? Not too far.
I'll answer that for a moment, Tim. Less than half a light year.
Did we search up any, like, perhaps any pirate activities or any other activities that might have possibly caused a constitution go silent?
It has been all quiet for the past 2 months.
Okay.
Even on the Cardassian side of things.
Occasionally you have a little, you know, ghosting going on between, a couple Cardassian ships, but nothing that involves into conflict.
Okay. Well, I'm out of ideas. Unless you guys have any.
Unless somebody's got something else, I think we've researched fairly good.
All right. We will move to the next scene as the Valor comes out of warp onto the last location of the Venture.
Yellow alert. Standby phasers. Sensor sweeps out. What do you see, Mr. Adjan?
Give me reason science difficulty of 1. System by the ship's sensors plus science.
I will give you a threat.
Not the right numbers, but it would have been the same roll.
I mean, it's a complication. So there's
Shall we
two.
watch?
Yes, I think we should quash.
Okay.
One challenge dice. Should. You have 1 flute. This was a scene change, by the way.
So there is no sign of the Venture, but there is some debris nearby.
See if you can get a metallurgic match or any sort of identifying marks off of the debris.
The debris has a makeup of deuterium and other Federation alloys, sir.
How much debris is there? Does it look like it might be the remains of an entire starship, or just the result of damage rather than destruction?
All the debris seems to be fragmented. There was a faint impulse trail.
Do you wish to trace the impulse trail?
Yes.
Let's go reason, con, or science difficulty 2. System of the ship's sensors plus science.
I'll let Adjun do that because I'll lay you money his reason science is better than my reason con.
I disconnected for a quick moment. What's happening?
Tracing the impulse trail, it's either reason con or science, and I think your reason science is going to be better than my reason con.
I will spend a moment. Actually, I'll give you a threat for bold science. Would astrophysics work as a focus?
Yes. It's
That
3
was the
momentum.
ship.
Yep, 3 momentum gained.
One float. Captain, recommend we proceed cautiously. It could be that the whoever's taken the venture may be using it as bait to lure in a richer prize, which the Valor certainly is.
Agreed. Maintain yellow alert and follow the trail.
I'd like to make an advantage to say that we know the exact
hold
path
up.
of the trail and ghost it from a safe distance.
I'm messaging you all this stuff, so hold up.
Shields go up at yellow.
Yes.
Yeah, shields go up at yellow, weapons stay unpowered.
So the impulse trail. There's a small group headed towards the Nepar system, while a larger trail is heading away. It seems to branch off.
Small group of what?
Impulse trails. There's multiples.
Can you identify any or both groups of trails as coming from Federation design engines or non-Federation engines?
for momentum. Actually,
And I
no, wait. You
believe
have
we have
high
a float.
you have high resolution too.
We had a float from the momentum we gained from the original roll.
There seems to be two ships in the larger trail. The smaller trails are unidentifiable and faint. We cannot detect any of the other ships, but I do know that the Venture is heading away from the system, sir.
Understood. Continue trying to track the Venture. Commander Thashran, if you would, see if we can follow the Venture. If we can distinguish where they went.
Aye, sir. And Thishran will lay in a trail and head that way with a quickness.
You follow the impulse trail, and after some time, you on screen you see a larger cluster of debris.
Does a trail end here?
Yes.
Trajan, can you detect any life signs?
The debris is, sir, the debris field is from the Venture, sir, and it appears to be heavily damaged.
For the life sign check, that's going to be reason plus science or medicine difficulty of 2.
Would any focuses work?
You have sensor operations.
No, I do not have that.
No, there's no focus. I don't see one.
I will make a reason science and give you a threat for an extra dice and bold.
Sensors science from the ship.
What was the diff?
Diff is 2, so one float.
Can we spend the float to expand that to the surrounding area as well?
Yes, but the results are still the same.
So no life signs in the area.
And this has been confirmed to be the Venture?
Yes, it has.
Alright.
Alright,
Scan for
can-
weapon signatures. Let's see if we can
Yeah,
figure out who did this.
I was just about to actually ask that, but I was curious if that was an engineering role or a science role, but
This will be reason plus science or engineering difficulty 2, assisted by these ships' sensors plus engineering.
I assist in the role.
No. You can only have one sensor operator on the active. Unless you are assisting by helping Jeddah at his console.
Uh, uh, Jetta, I can go over there and I can assist you at the console if you don't need the assistance, or if you need the assistance anyway.
I will spend the momentum. And if Yamashao, if you do want to assist, you can.
Okay. Go over. Yeah. Okay. I'll go ahead and go over to a station and see what I can do to help out. It was control.
Reason plus engineering or science.
You float?
So, question: which species use that type of weapon? I believe we can use that from high-res sensors. And if not, I'll spend one of the 2 floating momentum. Well, 1 bonus, 1 float.
Oh, yeah, we should have been getting all sorts of bonus momentum with the high res sensors.
This will be 2 momentum though for additional information. Essentially, you're
So
spending
I'll
3
spend
for
the 2
this.
bonus I have. So the 1 from high-res and the 1 from my bonus. Untapped potential. Unless we're spending 3 and the high-res actually just gives a free question. In that case, we're spending the other float.
We've already figured out who uses anti-proton weapons, right?
That's what he's asking now, who
Okay.
uses whatever type of weapon discovered.
Yeah, it was anti-proton.
Oh, sorry. I missed that somehow.
Adjun's face just has a scared look on it. Yamashao feels the same. Not willingly, of course, he feels a feeling of fear as Adjun says, "The Venture took several direct hits from a high discharge anti proton beam. The ship has been carved into pieces, and according to the logs, the last known vessel to use anti proton weaponry is the Doomsday Machine encountered by the USS Enterprise in Constellation."
However, though the these patterns match several direct hits from multiple vessels.
No, it's direct
Uh,
hits, not multiple. But that's a typo.
Oh, okay, direct hits. Okay, all right, then never mind. Uh, I will go ahead and head back to my seat, see if I can't get into any information on the Doomsday Machine. It's specs, but
It's Outer Hull. Is I'll give this to you because it's textbook from the Academy. Outer Hull is made of pure neutronium.
which nothing can penetrate that, I would assume, right?
Yes, nothing can penetrate it.
How many times can it fire its beam? Multiple times? And one.
Uh, Multiple times. Like it had an inexhaustible energy source, so
Between the two debris sites are there, and have we found enough debris to account for the entirety of the Venture? It appears to have been sliced into pieces.
Sadly, sir, yes, there is enough debris to account for the entire USS Venture.
Captain, I recommend we head back and track down those other impulse signatures at the maximum military speed. Not pretty.
I agree, Commander.
Ship that intact, GM?
Yeah, there's enough to beam over if you wanted to.
Okay. I thought I was picturing much smaller pieces.
Yeah, me too.
Like a big giant chunk of hull plating here, you know, from like maybe
Right.
that part or down here.
Well, in that case, it might be worth beaming over and seeing if we could retrieve the logs or what's what. I'm assuming we. Ajin Yamashara, can we access Venture's logs remotely?
I might be able to access its computers.
There's no power to the ship.
Oh, yeah. Well, then never mind. I'm gonna have to go aboard the ship directly to access the computers. There's no power I'm detecting on board the ship.
Captain?
See if we can't lock onto their computer core and beam it into a cargo bay so we don't have to send somebody out there to gather it up. Or at least something that would hold enough memory to contain their logs.
Sir, the computer core has been destroyed.
Sorry, the what's been destroyed?
The computer core.
Just so you're also aware, the computer core is like several decks. Transporting the computer core is really not feasible.
Okay. What about their, oh good grief, I don't even know if this is, a Star Trek thing, but like their, black box type deal?
I usually find the logs in the bridge, or at least some copy of them there.
In that case, I'm guess, Mr. Yamasharo, you'll have to suit up. Make it quick as you can, but at least see if you can't get the last few logs.
Understood. So, but is the bridge stable enough for me to set foot there?
For a momentum.
Is the
That's either way, you're gonna have to take an environment suit.
I was just trying to figure out see if the hull is if the hull's integrity is strong enough for to have us on board. If not, then it's probably too dangerous to be on board.
If I understand what the GM just messaged me, yes, it is. Yes, sir, it is. The hull does have enough structural integrity remaining for you to be on board.
Power pack. The engineering kit comes with a power pack, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take that and maybe an extra power pack with it.
That would be a
And-
momentum.
And
Are we going to need to spend for the environment suits before we
No.
get too far into? Okay.
It's one of those things like you go down and you suit up, but it's any last minute stuff you want, you're gonna have to spend for because you're trying to make this quick.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll take a engineering team with me.
That's 2 momentum. Engineering team.
Yeah, is that 2 momentum? Surely there's probably a computer expert among that team.
Why don't you and Adjin go? Well, you've got the science and ops person as well as the engineer. Quentin, you go with them. Case.
Very well.
Yes, sir.
Looks like I don't need the computer engineering team then.
I mean, you can take the engineering team. I'm just saying, you got a PC who's good with computers, so.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll take a engineering team.
Okay, I'll go ahead and spend that momentum. Thing, just those. Praxis BRB'd. The Shran will go too. Might want to see if there's a possibility of bringing the Venture's warp core back online, because with the Enterprise and Constellation Constitution, based one of these things, the way they destroyed it was by piloting a Constitution class into it and the warp core might wind up
I believe they
having to
use the
We might have
Use the
to
what?
use a tractor
Nation.
beam.
use the what?
I believe they ended up having to use the impulse drive for detonation versus the warp core. Warp core was too bad.
Can't remember the episode that well. I just know they wound up having to basically shove a Constitution class ship into its maw and blow it up.
Yeah, they did.
But
It was
Anybody?
Commodore. What's his face? Did that?
Harry
Decker.
Decker's Will Decker's father.
Should have named it Commander Decker. Oh well. Missed opportunity. Okay, so away teams consist of Yamasharu.
I put it all in the yeah. Right.
All right, and you have an engineering team.
In case if we have to, in case if we need some additional engineers to figure out a way to get this thing
The
moving
engineering
again.
team counts as an advantage, so to help you out with task and whatnot.
So it was an impulse overload.
Yeah, transport. So control plus engineering assisted by the ship's sensors plus engineering difficulty 2. Base 2 goes up to 1 because you're not going to.
Well, engineering, I got Shazaret.
Yeah, diff 2.
Okay, she's got transporters and replicators for focus. Right for the third die in bold. Roll. She'll re-roll the 0 just to complication. No good today. Sensors engineering.
Sensors engineering. 4 momentum.
Apt. Transporter chiefs, yeah.
Oh, the momentum.
I know.
I don't have interior for it, so yeah. You beam onto
How
the
dare you?
the derelict.
Yeah, everyone just died.
We're in environment suits for floating in space.
No, you're inside the derelict. You beam actually onto the bridge of the ship.
Okay.
Immediately scan the room with my eyes to kind of see what the state of the bridge is.
Okay. You beam onto the bridge of the Venture, or at least what remains of the Venture. You find that you beamed into at least a decent enough clearing. You find several bulkheads, essentially collapsed to the floor or floating, currently in 0G as gravity is no longer working, or the artificial gravity is no longer working. The entire view screen of the Venture has been blown out and is viewable into space. Sitting in the command chair is what remains of Captain Douglas Baker. Sorry, not Commander. Commander Douglas Baker. The commanding officer or captain of the Venture, and a few other crew members. That appears to be hunched over different stations, including helm and tactical.
Nice.
Yamasharo, you and your team get some power to these consoles, see if we can't, and Agent, see if you can't find the logs or sensor data, figure out what happened.
Right away.
I'll also
I'll
want
go.
after that. I'll want your team to determine the status of the warp drive and impulse drives. Like I said, we know what the Enterprise and Constellation had to do. See if
Alright.
we have the same capabilities at our disposal.
Who's doing what?
I will go ahead and try to restore power to the the computer, or to the computers for the sensor logs, to try to get the sensor logs out.
That's just putting the battery in. So.
Okay. All right.
Um.
And
Yeah.
what's the role for? Go ahead.
The console lights up, but it is currently flickering. It's
What's? Go ahead.
okay. You start doing that. Who else is doing what?
Adjun is looking for the captain's logs in his, probably in his office.
Okay. Give me fitness con difficulty 1. You're gonna have to walk over a bunch of debris and.
I'll spend momentum.
You have a bonus. Uh, anything you wish to do with that?
Was that just to get inside the ready room?
Yes.
Can I spend the bonus alone to say that some of the debris was either packed down or moved out of the way as I was passing by?
For the bonus plus 1 additional momentum, you don't have to roll again to get back to them. Essentially, you cleared a path to the ready room. It would be considered to be an advantage, but yeah.
I think I'll do that just in case we need to go back in there later.
Okay. So doing that. So you're down to 4 momentum. What is Shastran and Jace doing?
I'd like to see if I can find any sort of tactical logs of counter.
The tactical station is currently powered offline unless you asked for the assistance with the engineering team to get it up and running.
You have an extra power pack, so we can use that.
Yeah, I'll do that. Cost momentum, or do we just attempt to like?
Yeah, you already spent the momentum for that, so.
We have an extra power pack, so I think we can
Yeah, you
use
brought
one
an
of
extra.
spares.
Yeah, you brought an extra power pack, which there's only 2. So, but you grab the engineering team brings over the extra power pack, and they help you with getting the console up and running. What is Sashran doing?
I'll grab a member of 2 of the engineering team and head aft towards the impulse engines, where I will use my con officer special ability to see to determine their functionality or lack thereof.
Fitness con difficulty 1 to get to where the impulse reactor is at.
Difficulty 1, you said?
Yeah.
Survival as a focus?
I'm thinking more like EVA.
Fair. Okay, so without a focus, I think I'm just going to roll it flat.
Do you have a way to re-roll that, or does the roll stand?
I mean, I could spend determination, but I'm not really sure I want to. What exactly am I trying to do here?
Trying to get past through the debris to make your way, but with the failure roll, you're not able to make it towards the impulse reactor room. It appears that there's just too much debris.
Okay, I'll spend the determination to re-roll. Some.
You managed to find a path going the long way around to get to the impulse. Keep in mind, the engineering team can either go with you or stay on the bridge.
They're coming with me. They're gonna.
All right, kind of doing a round robin thing. So, to pull the sensor data, this is actually going to be an extended task. Do daring plus engineering difficulty 4, work 17, magnitude of 4, resistance of 2. Uh, Yamasharo, I believe that's you.
Oh, sorry. All right. What was the roll again?
Daring plus engineering difficulty of 4.
Um, does the engineering team advantage help reduce the?
No. Shishran took
Oh,
the engineering team with him to
okay.
check out the impulse reactors.
All right, that's fair. All right. Focus and troubleshooting.
No, you're trying to pull whatever data you can from the sensor logs.
Okay. I don't believe I have a focus in this. So, are EPS systems? No, probably
No.
not. All right. Uh, worth a shot. Daring engineering difficulty 4. So I'll give you 1 threat for bold. Then I'll give you some momentum for 4 dice, which is 2.
Yes.
Aye, aye, aye. All right. Aye. That was a fail. Well, I did just as bad as Shran here.
You have a way to re-roll that. Well, other than the
Um,
Your
other than
determination's about
using,
all you can do.
yeah, that's all I can use. Let's see, a wise man, or not, or even a fool has a talent, or no challenge is too great.
I'll take try until you get it right.
All right, I just roll 3 dice.
Yes, you can roll 3.
There we go.
You just get it. No momentum gained. Roll 7 challenge dice. That is
I'll
currently 2.
I'll spend 1 to re-roll those zeros, and I'll spend the other for piercing.
That will get you the first breakthrough. Difficulty goes down to 3. Go next back to a shin. You're attempting to pull up the logs, correct? Jeddah, are you still with us?
Yes.
You're attempting to pull up the captain's logs, correct?
Yes.
Since there's no power to the ship, you'll need to find a way to either find a power pack somewhere nearby, or um, I'm trying to remember. I think they don't even use the data card things anymore. So yeah, I'll spend for that complication. You'll have to try to find a way to get the console um, back online.
Is it like this a normal laptop console, like on the desk, or what?
I mean, it's the viewer and everything is right there. It's just it's connected to the ship's main power. If you want to try to find a power pack, give me insight engineering difficulty 2 to locate one within the room.
I've got a weird idea. I don't know if it's possible or not. But could I plug up my tricorder to the power pack instead of to the computer instead of the main power cord?
Uh, you can, but it's gonna be an increased difficulty, and I'm gonna spend to increase the complication range by 2. So
So it's
controller.
insight engineering difficulty 2 to find a power pack, or insight engineering comp 2 diff 3 to put my tricorder in.
The tricorder will be control or daring engineering. Difficulty 2, complication range of 3.
I'll take the insight engineering roll and determination of the value. Steady hands make no mistakes.
Sure. You find a power pack. You
I
hook it.
would like to, yeah, plug it into the computer.
Uh, yeah, you plug it to the computer. It comes online. Give me insight con difficulty of 2 to start pulling the logs.
Threat.
Okay. Do you wish to succeed a complication?
I will succeed at complication.
Oh, that didn't send right. Going over to Jace. Um, you got the power pack, got the extra power pack from the engineering crews. You turn on the actual console itself. Um,
That's more like it as I see the lights come up.
give me insight plus security difficulty 2. Exactly what are you trying to get from the logs, though? Like the security logs.
Looking for kind of a record of the battle, energy outputs, and kind of results of damage and all that. Trying to assess the firepower of it and if anything worked that they patch it.
Uh, insight security difficulty of 3.
Okay. I will give you. I'll give you 3 threat to activate. Oh, was that 4 dice?
Yes.
Okay. Can I use my focus in tactics since I'm analyzing the tactics used in the battle? We're always trying to find.
Mm, you only get tactical data, but yeah, like the actual tactics that they used.
Okay.
You succeed. No momentum gained, unless you wish to reroll the 0.
Sure. Let's roll into a complication. What could go wrong?
Gain a momentum.
Is Quentin still working on his project?
I just sent him some information. So while I sent it through roll 20. We're gonna go back to Commander Sishran. Sishran, you arrive in the impulse reactor room. To find part of the reactor room vented out into space, and multiple debris. Well, engineering debris with a few Starfleet personnel, floating in the vacuum.
All right, I want to see if
See.
I can see if the impulse reactors and systems are still viable, and if they are, start the process of bringing them back online.
For you, it'd be Insight Con difficulty of 2.
Yeah, you finally get to use the superpower. Take a threat for bold. I don't think a focus that will apply. Bold comp.
2 momentum gained. As you and the engineering team look around at the impulse reactor, all of you kind of come to conclusion that the ship is no longer an operational function.
Okay, so no way to bring it back online without taking it to a star base, basically.
Correct.
Okay.
And we'll go back to Yamasharo. Daring engineering difficulty of 3, and I'm going to up the complication range to 2.
Okay. I'll go ahead and give you 1 threat for bold. And I'll go ahead and roll. Roll the 0, see if I get a comp.
Just get it. No momentum gained. 7 challenge dice, please.
Ooh,
Oh,
nicely
hey.
done.
Nice roll.
Count 8. Total of 10, but so 14.
Would that be enough to finish the work track or no?
No. You're currently 3 work short.
Yeah. I don't believe I can spend for piercing to finish it up. But, oh well.
If you did 1 for piercing and 1 for extra work, that would get you 3.
Okay.
Yes, that will get you 3.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Finishes the work track, but then I'll get you the extra breakthrough. You still need to keep going, working at it to get all of the data. As you realize, there's a little bit more there. You made big headway.
Huh?
Any questions, Jace, on the roll and also with the Shin? Do you have any questions?
Did they attempt? Oh, also I need to do my.
Yeah, roll 1 challenge dice. You have a free question to ask. That bonus momentum.
Did they? You mentioned the phaser banks. Did they use photon torpedoes as well?
Yes. In fact, they also overloaded several of the phaser banks.
With the same effect, I assume.
Yes. In fact, there's actually a big giant hole. Like you can even look out the view screen, and in the hall you see straight through into space from one top of the saucer section to the bottom side of it.
Did I get any tactical data on its size?
That's with the sensor data. Any questions, Shin?
Does it say anything about the dimensions of the vessel?
It doesn't.
Adjun walks out of the captain's ready room and starts taking scans of the ship.
Okay. Start doing that. So Shran, are you heading back to the bridge?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to be accomplished here. I can't even get emergency power back on. I'll as I'm making my way back, I'll tap my comm badge. Away team to Valor.
Valor here.
Captain, the Venture's impulse and warp engines are totally disabled. We can't do anything about bringing them back online here. She would need massive repairs at a starbase or space dock facility. The rest of the team is working on gathering sensor and log data from the bridge.
Any signs of surviving crew?
Negative. Unfortunately, lots of bodies, though. They tore apart the Venture pretty well, sir.
Understood. I'll send a notification off to the starbase and see if they can dispatch a recovery team.
Understood. Away team out.
Fitness con difficulty 1 to get back to the bridge.
Let's actually give you a
Threat this time?
So yeah, so see what rolling flat gets me.
2 momentum gained. But yeah, you and the engineering team make it back to the bridge, and you can go ahead and make the last roll, Yamasharo. But I'm gonna spend some threat, as I'm gonna take 4 away from the work track and increase the difficulty back up to 2.
Okay. Will I have the engineering team to assist me now, or no?
Sure, but I'll spend 2 to keep the difficulty at
Dang.
2.
Okay. All right.
You can use the team to reduce the difficulty.
He did. There has to be now 3.
Difficulty is now 3. Okay.
Base is 3, but engineering team will make it 2.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. So.
The power,
yeah, I'll use
the
the engine. Go ahead.
the battery is starting to fade. as you're
Alright,
trying to
need to make it
pull the
quick.
data.
Right then, I will go ahead and give you 1 threat for bold. 3 dice. It's the difficulty is now 2, right?
With the engineering team, yes, it is 2.
Did
Gain that
not need that
momentum.
bold.
Roll 7 challenge dice.
Alright,
That's
I'll
2
spend
work.
one and momentum to reroll.
1 for piercing and 1 for reroll.
Yes.
I mean, if you just spend the 1 for piercing, that will complete the extended task.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, yeah. I'll just 1 for piercing then.
Alright.
And I can
You're
get
able to
that
pull all the sensor data you can from the science console. However, the data is broken up pretty badly, and the data will need to be reconstructed back on the ship. But you will think you got most of what was left on the computer console, and what was ever in the memory of it.
Commander, I have most of the data, but it's pretty badly damaged. It's gonna need some repairs to be able to read it.
Quentin, you get what you were after?
Yes, sir. Although I don't know if I like it.
I don't think any of us are going to like this. Ensign Hodgson, you able to recover anything?
I did get a log. Most of it was corrupted. I think this is adding up to be more and more of the Doomsday Machine.
Well, it's not jumped to conclusions to yet. Anything else
Man,
we need to do over here?
Amanda, just one thing I would like to add. Perhaps we can beam aboard some of the some of the bodies of our fallen here. Give their families some respite.
The captain is contacting 211 to dispatch a retrieval crew. We'll leave that to them.
Very well.
Strand to Valor. Ready to beam back.
Understood.
You gonna have a roll for that, GM, or hand wave it?
Control plus engineering difficulty of 2, system of these ships, sensors plus engineering.
Okay. For bold. Reroll this comp. Engineering. To momentum. Apt. All right, everyone, head to the bridge. I want the three of you to start working on cleaning up and analyzing the data we've gathered. Work as quickly as you can. You may need every bit of information.
Question for you, Fishran. Can I, according to how your emotions are acting, would you say that you have a sense of fear around you?
Are you asking the Shran if he is afraid of?
If he's yes, not actually asking. I'm asking if I can feel if there's a sense.
Right, I understand. At this point, the Shran it's more like a deep concern and worry. He's not actually afraid. Not yet, anyway.
Okay. Adjun responds with, "I, Commander," and leaves for the bridge.
Yamashara will start working on trying to decode the logs.
I mean, you're reconstructing the sensor data, trying to piece
Or
the fragments back together.
or
'Cause-
yeah, reconstructed. Sorry.
What is Shastran and Jace doing?
The Shran's heading back to the bridge to report to the captain. Probably to head us back towards the colony.
I do any sort of tactical simulations or anything with the data I have to try to find any advantages or does that seem to work
The
harder?
the problem is you're working with incomplete data right now to come up with a solution.
Gotcha.
Captain, whatever it was that destroyed the Venture did a thorough job, and from what Mr. Quinton was able to discover, the Venture didn't go down without a fight, but it doesn't seem to have done the much good. We don't have any clear evidence yet. Hopefully, Mr. Yamashara's reconstruction of their sensor data will give us more information, or Mr. Adjun's what he's managed to recover of the captain's logs, but it, in theory, could be one of those doomsday machines that Kirk and Decker ran into years ago.
Understood. I'd save that for worst case scenario because it's also possible that there are some other races out there that use anti-proton weaponry that we haven't run into yet.
Agreed. And any race capable of using that would have the ability to generate enough energy where their shield technology might have caused an old Constitution class severe troubles.
Agreed.
I suggest we head back towards the colony and see if we can't catch up or get ahead of those other impulse trails we've discovered.
Agreed. Try and investigate what we can. GM, did 211 tell me how long it'd be until their recovery team would be out here?
It's gonna take them a few hours. It'll probably be a couple days before they can get a ship out here.
Okay. 211 is sending a starship, Commander, but it'll be a couple days.
Understood. Shall I lay in a course for the colony and the other warp trails?
I would, but let's leave a subspace beacon here to notify any unwanted scavengers that there's already a salvage claim on the vessel.
Understood. Mr. Quinton, launch a subspace warning buoy. The Shran will lay in a course back toward those other impulse signatures at maximum warp.
A few hours pass as you enter the Nipar system.
I need to roll in.
If you wanted to roll for the beacon, we'll just make this control plus security diff 2.
Okay, I'll just do the shipboard systems work.
No, shipboard data systems don't work.
One threat. Just
Afloat.
have anything we can use it for right now.
It would have to be part of the task roll, so something to do with the beacon. If you're wanting to create an advantage with it or whatnot.
What was that? You cut out a bit.
If you're wanting to create an advantage with the float, it'd have to be maintained or be conditionally attached to the beacon in some way.
Could we use some way of helping us get easier detection of strange vessels?
No.
Okay.
You're placing essentially a beacon, like a automated beacon that says, "Hey, we're here," and this is our claim. So it's not a sensor ability or anything like
Gotcha.
that.
Gotcha. Then I don't have any.
Okay. With that though, but it'll be a scene change, so you go down 1 momentum.
We'll lose the float. How about that?
No. Float goes away at the end of the task.
Dang it. Momentum.
Guys have been capped like every scene change, so so yes, the Valor comes exits warp at the edge of the system.
What do you see, Mr. Adjan?
There do not seem to be any vessels within the system, sir.
What about the terminus of those impulse trails?
This will be a reason plus science or engineering difficulty of 2. Suspend the ship's sensors plus science or engineering.
I assume astrophysics would work again.
Yeah, I'll take an increased complication.
And I will give you a threat.
Ship. 2 momentum gained.
1 float.
Are those ships following the impulse that we detected earlier? Impulse
Looks like they
trails?
went into warp. They came out of warp, and then they impulsed to the planet.
So I'm detecting 6 Federation shuttlecrafts that have entered the system and headed for the 3rd planet.
Like the survivors from the Venture, Captain?
Possibly. Hail the lead shuttle.
They headed to the 3rd planet. You do not detect any vessels within the system.
Oh. Okay.
Shall I put us in orbit of the 3rd planet?
Yes.
Assuming the 3rd planet is the Class M with a colony. Correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Perhaps we should hail the colony, sir. And the Shran will take us into the system and put us in orbit.
Who's doing the hail?
Agreed. What'd you say, GM?
Who's hailing?
I would think that that'd be an ops deal.
Okay, then
No.
I'll open channel.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, I'm not getting any response from the colony.
That's not good. Ancient
Hmm.
Adjun, when we get into orbit, run me a sensor scan of the colony and see what's going on.
Aye, sir.
The Shran will attempt to put us in an orbit that will maximize our sensor capabilities.
For 2 momentum.
I can to sure.
Reason plus science difficulty of 1, assisted by these ships, sensors plus science.
I'll spend a momentum for an extra dice.
Like 3 gained plus 1
1,
bonus from the sensors.
yes.
Capped.
Can I spend a momentum to see if it originated from the place with the shuttles or if the shuttles landed on the planet? Effectively, I'm asking if the weapon was fired by the shuttles. Sir, I regret to inform you that the colony has been struck by a sustained anti-proton weapon. The radiation around the crater is in hazardous levels. It's effectively one of your nuclear bombs for about 5 kilometers around the site.
And what about the shuttles?
I cannot seem to find them. The best assumption is that they were destroyed in the blast.
So, something or someone took out the Venture and then came here and took out the colony, or took out the colony and then went and took out the Venture.
About that particle decay earlier, can I scan for particle decay here?
You have a momentum for it, so.
Captain, recommend we contact 211 and issue a priority 1 sector-wide alert.
Agreed. Something is attacking our ships and colonies. It's going to be all hands on deck.
Whatever this is, it isn't Cardassian Galor classes, that's for sure.
No, that's for sure.
So the particle decay from the anti-proton weaponry shows that this happened around 8 hours ago, meaning they hit the Venture and then the colony. So
So the shuttles that we detected ion trails from is probably from the Venture. So there probably was survivors that came here and then got destroyed.
Potentially leading their attacker directly to the colony.
Exactly.
Trajan, any signs in the system of any other warp trails? Ion trails, any kind of other propulsion traces? Besides ours
No,
and the
sir.
shuttles? Sorry, what?
no, sir.
Captain, I'd like to put us in a wide elliptical orbit so we don't get trapped against the gravity well, just in case this thing comes sniffing around.
Agreed. Try and make it to where we pass through the poles as well.
Understood. The Shran will adjust orbit accordingly. I'd actually like to, if I can, turn this into a kind of evasive action orbit. Give us that little bit of an advantage should something pop out of somewhere and come after us.
Daring Con difficulty 2.
Okay.
Ship will assist with engines con.
Threat for bold helm operations.
Yeah.
Reroll the comp. It's 2 momentum gained. I would like to spend 2 momentum to use precise evasion, which means that we don't suffer the attack penalty or the increased difficulty for attacks normally caused by evasive action.
Do you have improved impulse drive? Sure.
What was that?
I had to make sure you had the talent for that on the ship.
Oh no, it's my talent as the helmsman.
Oh,
It's precise evasion.
that's right. Okay, yeah. Anything else?
Oh yeah, I'll go ahead and spend 2 more to do to have the improved impulse drive kick in.
Okay.
Which increases difficulty by another step.
Any additional questions from the scan you did you wish to ask?
I think the only other additional question I can ask is, are there any irregular objects inside the system?
Life signs on the planet. Humanoid or anthropoid life signs on the planet.
I'll 2 momentum for both questions. Well, yay for roll 20. Doesn't like shift enter.
So I'm detecting a faint reading of humanoid life signs in a cave system about 7 kilometers north of the colony.
Perhaps survivors.
Perhaps. Let's prepare an away team. What's the environmental status of that area?
For a momentum.
GM taking all.
Well, he is the science officer. Did he use his science officer talent yet?
That and high res and the bonus he gained from the roll.
Okay, just making sure.
The area should be fine for the next day or so. But forest fire will cause the radiation to spread.
Understood. Then we better get down there and prep an evacuation team. I'll be heading down with you on this one, Commander.
If that's Captain, I'd have to advise against that between the radiation and the possibility of a hostile force potentially in the system or returning to the system. You should be on the ship, sir.
How well versed are you in social confrontations?
Well, rather good with the Ushan.
I'm talking about perhaps a battle of wits and words, not a battle of weapons.
Not in your league, sir, but if I do say so myself, I can carry my own. 15 presence command, 14 insight. 14 presence command, 13 insight command.
Well, that's understandable, Commander, as you might not have the vocal authority that I carry. You definitely understand more than I do.
In any event, sir, shouldn't we try contacting the survivors first?
It's entirely possible that they don't have any communication equipment. Yamasharo, if you would be so kind as to attempt to contact those survivors.
Control plus engineering system of the ship's communications engineering difficulty 0. Which Yamashiro is AFK by the way.
Ah, snap.
Adjun, you want to take that? There's the ship. No help, but no hurt.
The role is, I believe you said control engineering?
Yes.
I'll give you a threat.
Two momentum gained.
Can I spend that bonus momentum and another one to see if I can break through said interference?
I mean, there's the difficulty was 0, so there really you think there could be some interference from the cloud, but you're not sure. Like you pretty sure that you punched through, but they're not. No one's responding.
Sir, I'm getting no response. There could be some interference from the radiation cloud. I don't believe so, but it is a possibility.
Understood. Give me your best recommendation. With the interference, would it interfere with a transporter, or are we better to take shuttlecraft?
The transporters should have no issue beaming us through the radiation cloud.
Understood, Commander. You can pick at your discretion. By your request, I will remain on board the ship.
Honestly, not expecting you to agree to that, but okay.
Yeah, Jay smile a little bit when he says that.
Quentin, Adjun, Yamasharo, you're with me. Adjun, do you have a decent medical score? Am I recalling that
Yes,
right?
Adjun does.
Quentin also has a pretty good one.
Cool, cool. Both of you grab some med packs. Maybe wounded. Be sure and pack plenty of anti-radiation meds.
Eric hit.
It's
Grab
one moment.
some.
If you're bringing 2 medkits, it's 2 momentum.
Well, okay. What about hand beacons? Will we need to pay for those? Just in case we have to go spelunking.
No, I'm just charging you because it's outside your roll ability. So.
Um,
Pattern enhancers.
yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Yeah, let's take some pattern enhancers as well, just in case. What's the cost on those, GM?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. So yeah, let's take 2 med packs then.
You bring out a supporting character for the captain to use, or?
Yeah.
Who's going down?
I mean, I guess we could, instead of trying to do the med packs, we could just take a doctor to play maybe
Doctor-
Feratok, Captain.
Either that or Dr. Perix.
Perix is a counselor.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, either Feratok or Ibex then.
Yeah, let's do that and
Which one?
that momentum. Feratok is the actual doctor. Ibex is the nurse.
Bring Feratok or?
Yeah, let's do Feratok.
Does he get a med pack for free?
Yeah. So you want to take back
Okay,
the?
so let's take back 1 momentum. One of you guys can keep a med pack just in case we need extra hands.
All right. The transport rolls need to be control plus engineering. This is by the ship's sensors plus engineering. Difficulty of actually let's make it 3. Complication range 4.
Aren't she just getting salty?
I mean, I have threat to spend, so guys just keep
Okay,
shoving it my
so
way.
Shazeret will spend her determination on the value. I'm an artist with the transporter. Comp 4, difficulty you said was going to be 3. She'll definitely
Comp
give
it.
you.
Yep. Comp 4, diff 3.
She'll definitely give you.
I'm assuming a threat, and you're spending that momentum.
She'll give you 2 threat. I want to save the momentum for the minute. 3 dice. Okay, so 2 successes already on the board. Damn, you go, Thishran.
And you were worried. Come on, ship comp.
Hearing.
5 momentum.
1 float. Have a safe trip.
And all
My
of you
God,
beam
this scene again.
to the mouth of the cave. Do I need to break out the giant ants again?
No. Extra dimensional beings.
See the galaxy, they said, as Quentin speeds forward,
Tran will.
pulling out his beacon.
Thishran too.
Oh, we got ants already.
Kill it! Kill it with fire! Doctor, see if you can detect any life signs ahead. Mr. Adjun, if you can't map us as we move.
Just as you're about to start entering the cave, someone at red, like holding their arm in a sling, kind of covering their eyes, walks up. Heard the transporter's signature. Commander, is that you? Oh,
Commander Kirthon Thishran of the USS Valor.
Lieutenant Amelia Clark, sir. And she's kind of holding her arm.
Doctor, I think she needs medical assistance.
Agreed.
Oh my God.
What happened to Paratalk?
He's terrifying.
You might want to wait until later for medical assistance.
He's like the Edosian from Lower Decks. And while Paratalk's working on her arm. Report, Lieutenant. What happened?
Come, let me have a look at you.
Well, reason plus medicine, Paratalk, difficulty 1, and Commander, Baker ordered all shuttlecraft to depart with as many of the crew members as possible. There was 45 of us that left the Venture. We tried to mask our signatures to leave to head towards the colony to not give up our ruse to the enemy.
And who or what was it that attacked you?
I don't know. It wasn't like anything I've seen before. But it's weaponry. It just, when we departed, it struck the Venture, tearing through the main saucer drive as we impulsed away.
Adjin pulls out his tricorder showing a image of the Doomsday machine discovered by the USS Enterprise and asks her if it looks anything like that.
No, it doesn't look anything like that, Ensign.
Ship, then.
It was definitely a ship.
If that's the case, this represents a major power in the sector.
Do you recognize the design?
I'm sorry, sir, I don't. I would almost say it's somewhat like a Cardassian design, but not a Cardassian ship I've ever seen before.
Jace's eyes literally like almost bulge out of his head hearing Cardassian design.
It's frontal. Best way to describe it, sir, is well, like two stingrays attached to each other to make almost like a plus sign. 2 momentum gained. Her arm is fractured, almost like it. She took like something fell on top of her, and she used her arm to cover it, and it snapped. Like something fell on her arm. And from the
Based on that rough description, does that ring any bells or bring anything to the Shran's mind?
No.
Stingrays put together to form a plus sign.
Well, Commander, her arm is definitely fractured. I don't believe I have the necessary equipment here to get her back up to full capacity.
I'll be
Understood.
all right, sir. There are several injured in the cave. Actually, we've been working trying to part of the tunnels collapse. We're trying to work to get out some of the colonists. Of course, there's only a handful of us.
Well, we can lend you a hand with that. We need to get you and your people and any surviving colonists out of here and up to the Valor as soon as possible.
I heard the explosion from here, sir. Is there anything left of the colony?
Unfortunately, the only survivors are the ones who are with you.
Just kind of, and you could feel this, Shane, like a deep sorrow and frustration.
And the Shran, before we enter the cave, will contact the Valor and update Captain Maxwell on what we've learned about what attacked the Venture in the colony, that it was Definitely a ship of some kind. It was vaguely Cardassian in design, but not like anything that we've ever heard of.
Do you wish to roleplay that out?
Sure. Tran to Valor.
Maxwell here.
Captain, we've located some survivors, including a Lieutenant Clark from the Venture. It looks like Commander Baker ordered all shuttles launched packed to the rafters. About 49 people made it out originally. They tried to mask their trail. According to Clark, they were attacked. What they were attacked by was not any sort of doomsday device, most definitely a ship of some type. She did not recognize it, described it as looking vaguely Cardassian, but she said the best way to describe it was two stingrays put together to form a plus sign. That doesn't ring any kind of bells with me as far as ship design. I'd recommend if something like that shows up on your sensors, you treat it as hostile.
Understood. Try and get those survivors out as quickly as possible. That
Working on it, sir.
location's going to become unsurvivable in less than 24 hours.
Understood. Looks like there's been some kind of cave-in. We're going to have to work to clear some rubble and to get to some trapped colonists. I'll keep you advised.
Understood. Valor out.
All right, people. Let's get to work. Clark, if you'll lead the way.
Yes, sir. And she leads you deeper into the cave. And there's like probably you only count maybe like 4 or 5 Starfleet officers that are kind of working on the like clearing out the rubble from one of the collapsed tunnels. She goes, "There's about 2,500 colonists down there, sir. We've been working on this for the past 7 hours."
Is this some kind of mine or shelter?
It appears to be natural formation, sir, from what we can tell. Well,
Amasharo, what kind of equipment would you need to speed this up?
I think he's still AFK. Oh, he's back now.
Amasharo, what kind of teams and equipment would you need to shore this up so there's no more collapses and move this along? We're in a cave. There's a few Starfleet officers. Turns out they were attacked by some sort of unknown ship, not a doomsday device. There are 2,500 colonists trapped behind a collapsed passageway in the cave system.
Can we use a phaser to try to create a hole?
We're worried about a continued collapse of the cave system, Lieutenant.
Okay. Sorry. That was out of character because I had no idea. I'm still unaware. Okay. And there's no way to get inside. Is that what we're trying to figure out?
She has informed all of you that this is the only path to that section of the cave system. She indicated that it collapsed during when the colony kind of went kaboom.
Any way we could beam the rubble out?
This cave system has carbonite deposits. It's the reason why we chose it quickly. Just
And space has
Enhancers
so
make
much.
any difference?
sorry, can you say that again?
Would transport enhancers that at all, or is it too?
Transport
Problem.
No, it won't help you there.
The
Carbonite
problem is getting to the colonists.
Carbonite is a material that reflects all energies. So transporters, sensor scans, stuff like that. Sort of a natural inhibitor, I guess, for game and plot in Star Trek.
Assuming
Like
that
our
the
ships with these things.
assuming that the Valor would carry equipment that could be used in such a situation.
Have a phaser
Correct.
drill? Oh, we have a drill on board, right? Or was that destroyed because the Klingons took it?
Well, we've got a bunch of different like construction and engineering equipment. I'm just asking. The Shran's just asking you to take a look at the situation and see what you need so we can start. We've got less than 24 hours to get everybody out of here before the fires drive the radiation beyond safe limits.
Right. He'll go in. He'll go in. See what can be done.
Reason plus engineering difficulty 2.
Now it took a while to actually do that. Difficulty was 2.
Yes.
Give you 1 momentum for 3 dice.
You theoretically could use a phaser drill, but you're going to have to prop up the support, build support beams along the way to help make sure that the cave tunnel doesn't collapse any further.
I will report that to the commander. Commander, I think we could possibly use a phaser drill, but we are going to have to try to support the cave because it might collapse if we were to try to drill through.
Understood. The Shran to Valor.
Valor here.
Captain, we've got about 2,500 colonists trapped beyond a cave-in. Mr. Yamasharo believes that he can cut through the rubble with a phaser drill, but we'll need to provide support for the surrounding stone to prevent any further collapses. I'd like to request an engineering team with mining specialists to beam down with the appropriate equipment as well as phaser drill.
Understood. We'll see what we can scrounge up around here for support, and I'll make sure that the engineering team gets down there post haste.
Hi, sir. Away team out. Go ahead and give you 2 momentum for the engineering team. What else do you need?
I believe phaser drill is 2 momentum. It's an averaging out to 2, if I'm not mistaken.
There's a total of 4 momentum.
Oh, wait, no. It's just 1. So, yeah, 3 total momentum. So,
Yep.
take 1 back.
I did.
Oh, yeah. And, yeah. A
Big engineering team.
engineering beams down and a phaser drill.
Meanwhile, Lieutenant Clark, let's get your people up to the Valor, and you and any other wounded you have treated.
Yes, there's a few of my personnel still behind with those colonists. The remaining colonists, around 4,000, are over down this tunnel system down here. Only 15 of us were made it to the caves. The rest stayed behind, sir, to help the colony evacuate.
Right. Let's get your wounded out of here, and the rest can stay and help us start moving the colonists up and out of the cave. We'll set up pattern enhancers just outside the mouth and start beaming people.
All right. So we're gonna have two different groups of people. One to help with the coordination for getting the colonists who can be moved out, while the others work on to break free the remaining colonists that are trapped and Starfleet personnel. So who's doing
I
what?
think Jace would be well suited for assisting with Cast Out.
Well, looks like I'll be doing the drill since I'm the engineer.
Shran will work with organizing the evacuation.
You were with the drill, Jace, or the?
Jace is going to be assisting with getting the rest of the people.
Okay. Are you helping Yamasharo? Mission?
I'll be with the drill since I'm the engineer, I guess. So
Right. I got that. I'm trying to figure out who's doing what.
oh, okay.
Is Faratok going to be working on anybody who needs to be stabilized before transport?
Oh yeah, yeah. He's definitely going to be doing that.
What about Jeddah? What are you up doing?
The drill's going to require engineering checks, will it not?
Yes.
Ajin will stay with Faratok and assist Faratok because I am not that good at engineering checks.
All right. Here.
I guess I will go with the drill to assist with that, so that.
Okay. All right. Let's start with Shran. Clark can technically assist you
Okie dokie.
somewhat. Uh, yeah. Let's go make this a control command difficulty of 2 to start getting the first group, and she will assist.
Okay. Don't think any of my focuses will apply, but I'll give you a threat for bold command and the third die. See if I can't roll a complication.
No, that's 19 is definitely not going to help. You gain a momentum, and you start getting the first group up towards Veritak, first 6 anyway, to begin beaming up. And you realize this process might take a while.
Is there any way I can expedite it? Or I can arrange to happen to expedite it if we need more people or whatnot?
You can come up to the captain and have him help with that. Could potentially use shuttles or be shuttles.
the Shran to Valor.
Valor here.
Captain, we've got 4,000 in the unblocked portion of the caves, and further 2,500 that Chief Engineer Yamasharo is working to free. Even with all of the transporters working in rotation, it's going to take a while to beam everybody up. Recommend we deploy the shuttles to airlift people out as well. If we get all of the shuttles running, that should speed things up somewhat and help us get everybody out before the radiation rises to unacceptable levels.
Agreed. I'll get as many shuttlecraft as I can dispatched and get them down to you to start rotational pickups.
Understood.
Captain, you can spend your determination on for this advantage to sort of expedite getting people up from the planet surface to the ship, or you can roll for it.
You know what? I'll spend my determination because then I get to do this.
What value? What value first?
Got it back.
I need to know the value.
Mission directive.
Okay, I'll take that. All right, that advantage is in play. We're gonna go to the drill team. Yamasharo, you actually have an extended task.
Again, what is up with
Jace
me?
assist.
Yes, Jace will be assisting, and you have an
All right,
advantage.
great.
But yes, this is a daring plus engineering difficulty. Base difficulty 4, work 22, magnitude of 5, resistance of 3. You have an advantage currently. You can spend that to lower the resistance by 2, or you could use it to lower the difficulty by 1.
Let's lower. Let's lower the difficulty by 1.
All right, daring plus engineering difficulty 3. And you have an assist from Jace.
Yeah, perfect. Control engineering. Or was it
Daring engineering.
Alright. I'll give you 1 threat for bold. Roll them 0. Damn. Didn't work. Oh well.
As you're drilling, you realize that this is going to take a while. We'll go to the medical team. Faratok and Jeddah, as the first group, comes up to you. Some of them look rather bruised and torn, or bruised and have broken limbs as they're limping towards you. To kind of help. I'm going to spend 2 threat. One of them is who's being carried on a makeshift stretcher. Has severe burns.
Okay, then in that case, Faratok is going to prioritize that one for a second. Look to the people carrying him and go, 1 second, let me take a look at him and stabilize him before we get him to the ship.
I felt we went from creepy Veritalk to 1930s Veritalk with the cigarette, and weird mustache.
It looks like I broke your arm there, kid. Hold on just a second.
Okay.
Here, have a cigarette. You'll feel better. It's good for you.
No. Anyone watching, no, cigarettes are bad. Bad, all right. Please, YouTube. Okay.
They make it look cool.
Daring plus medicine difficulty of 2, and assist from Jeddah or whoever's making the roll.
Emergency medicine focus.
Yes.
Okay, and I'll take a momentum for cautious medicine.
Question: is it daring or control?
Daring medicine. 1 momentum was spent. You get 1 back. You get it back, and there's a complication. Does the complication stand, or does it? You guys buy it off?
Squash it.
So you go down to 1 momentum. All right. So Shannon, as you get ready to go for the next group of individuals, yeah, control command difficulty of 2.
Looks like that cigarette ain't helping.
Same thing again. I'll give you a threat for the third die and bold command. You roll the 0. Momentum, but no harm.
She's just really fatigued. She's trying her best, but
Her arm hurts a lot.
yes, it probably does. Yeah, so get the next group up. They head up towards the doctor, and we go back to the phaser team drill, who's made no progress.
Don't forget you got the engineering team to reduce difficulties and stuff.
They already did.
We used it last time. We couldn't get good through. We'll try again.
I'm gonna
Can I
spend.
increase the power?
Well, you're just trying to get. I'm spending threat though because you're probably gonna have to increase the complication range is 3.
Hey.
So comp
All right.
3, daring engineering difficulty 3.
And our advantage still applies or no?
Currently, yes. That's why it's difficulty 3. It has to be diff 4.
Fair enough.
I can make it diff 4. I have threat.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and give you 1 threat for bold. Just give you more threat so I can have that reroll. Alright, fingers crossed. Hey, look at that.
There you guys go. 3 momentum gain to roll 7 challenge dice. That's 3 work.
1 for piercing. That would be how much work then? Or would that be enough for
That'd be
a
5.
breakthrough?
That'd be enough just enough for a breakthrough.
All right.
Faratok Shin as another group comes up for transport. They got some minor bumps and bruises, but to look them over, give me a reason plus medicine difficulty of 2. Make sure the group is stable for transport.
Sorry, was that for me? I had a pet distracting me.
No, it's for Faratok and Shin. It's reason medicine difficulty 2
okay.
to look over this group of survivors. Make sure that they're okay for transport.
Reason medicine difficulty 2.
Yes.
I'll take one momentum again, and I'm guessing emergency medicine or biology / xenobiology wouldn't work.
Xenobiology would apply. Two momentum gained. This batch looks to be somewhat in better shape, but they're definitely going to need the medical department. You realize is going to be on overdrive when you get everyone up to the ship.
Okay, I'm fixing to do this of my own free will, but Faratok is going to go. Faratok to the Valor. Maxwell here. Would you let the sickbay know that they're going to be swamped for a few days? Yeah, sure, I'll do that. How many of them are we looking at? Quite a few. Understood. Valor out.
Yeah, see? You got a lot of wounded down here, see? They're all bleeding and broken, see? Don't have enough cigarettes to go around.
All right. As we go back to Shistran, you hear up by where Veritok is at, the first group of shuttles land.
Excellent.
To get the appropriate number of people out and tell them to go, I'm going to make this a difficulty of 3, complication range 2. And I think Amelia will just help with, directing people and use her insight cons. Like, no, you go this way.
Okay. Diff 3, Comp 2, still Control Command.
Yes.
So take a threat for the third die and bold, and 2 momentum for the fourth die. I have a focus to apply. There we go.
Uh, 2 momentum gained.
Yep.
As you get a fairly large group of them to the shuttles. And we go back to the drill team. Yeah, I'm going to make this diff 3 again. Why not? Daring Engineering, difficulty 3.
Alright then. Two. Momentum on the board. You know what? I'll go ahead and give you, well,
I could use
I'm
more
gonna
threat.
reroll
Just
Yeah,
just give me all the threat.
no,
6 threat. You know you want to.
now that you said that, no. I'll just go ahead and give you 1 momentum for 3 dice.
Momentum or threat?
1 momentum.
So you're not going with your reroll. Got it.
Fingers crossed. I should have went with that reroll. But oh well. We made it.
7 challenge dice. That's 6 work. At 11, that's 2 breakthroughs. Making it difficulty 1. All right. Faratok and Ashin, as you see a big group of them head towards the shuttles. You notice several of them are in stretchers. Do you wish to pull them aside to get beamed up to the ship, or do you want them to just ride the shuttle?
Severely injured?
They're in stretchers. You're not sure if they're severely injured or not. You can pull them aside and see.
In that case, in order to keep the process moving, let's have them ride the shuttles after just a quick cursory glance to make sure that they're stable.
Reason plus medicine difficulty of 2.
Might take a moment to show up on your side.
It has not yet.
Okay, let me roll it in Discord real quick. Hopefully I get basically the same result. It's a 15. Sorry, my phone is suffering from desync issues.
Shen, reason medicine, just for the assist. You don't see anything wrong with at least nothing immediate. And you clear them to board the shuttle. Back with Strand, you hear the shuttles load up or take back off, and you're back to transport duties. So, presence command difficulty of 2. Or sorry, control
That was
command.
That was 2 successes because of the xenobiology focus and a medicine of 5.
Oh, well, yeah, still cleared.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Presence or control command?
Sorry, it's control command.
Diff 2 again?
Yeah.
Are you keeping it at 3?
No, it's just because of the shuttles and there's bigger groups. That's why it's increased difficulty.
Okay. So normal comp range, difficulty 2.
Yes.
Okay, threat for the third die then.
Yay, gain of momentum. Oh, wow. The natural 1. She's on her A
Nice.
game. Gain additional 2. All right. Drill team. Daring engineering difficulty 2.
They make holes in teeth.
As you figure you're about maybe halfway.
And how many intervals do we have left to?
I didn't say anything about intervals, but you're making progress.
I thought
There's no
task halfway.
You're on a time schedule. There's just no intervals for the extended task.
Oh, okay. All right. And then
I'm counting how many times you fail the roll, and that's going to affect the outcome.
Lovely. All right, you already failed it once. All right, I'll go ahead and give you. I'll be nice to you today. I'll give you 1 threat for the reroll. Never mind. Did not need the reroll. I have 1 float.
2 float.
Can we use that as an advantage?
Well, roll 7 challenge dice. May want to wait until after the roll.
Nice.
That's
It's
a pretty good
7
one.
work.
All right. How much more work, or how many more breakthroughs do we need?
I would recommend we use piercing, because,
All right. Spend 1 for piercing.
and then 2 to finish the work track with it.
So the float and
1.
1 that gets you the another breakthrough, but you still need to get all the breakthroughs. Just because you've
If
been.
you spend another one for a second extra work, that'll put you over the work track, which should
No,
take care. No, okay.
doesn't.
Sorry
No,
then.
it's when you meet. When you meet or exceed it.
Okay.
So, looks like we have to do another try then.
Almost there.
Unless you guys. All right.
All
What
right,
does that bring the difficulty down to then?
you're at 0. That dip base 0. So.
Gotcha.
Veritok, Shin. The next group comes up. Yep. Reason medicine difficulty 2. Just have a quick look over them.
Alrighty. Spending a momentum for cautious.
Get the momentum back. You're at capped. Just need a Shin to see if you have a bonus or a float. A Shin. Yeah, reason medicine for the assist. Ooh. There's a complication.
What is it with me and reason medicine checks?
I mean, you're rolling a 15. It's just roll the complication.
We have at least 1 float, right?
No.
Oh.
You were at. He spent 1. You were at 4. He gained 2. Put you back at cap.
Okay. So we can quash it if you want.
Yes, please.
Don't want Veritok's reputation being ruined because his assistant
He agrees.
accidentally had a bad bedside manner.
Do we have a dog to assist us? Be nice. I could have sworn I heard a bark.
You're hallucinating.
Your imagination. This group checks out, and they beam aboard the Valor. All right, Jashran. Next transport roll, control command, diff 2.
All right. Same again. Give you a threat for third die bold.
Gain a momentum. No help there. You send the next group up. They don't look as bad. They're actually able to walk on their own, so they don't require any assistance. And as we go back to the drill team, I got threat. Why not? I'm going to spend as 4 threat. As the drill, you make some really good progress, but that good progress is suddenly halted as part of it caves in a bit. And I will take away 8 off the work track.
Hey. Right.
It is a daring engineering difficulty 0.
Alright. Can I? Yeah. And that is with the advantage, or is it without the advantage?
That is with
0?
the advantage.
So yeah, yeah. We'll make that diff 0 roll.
Two momentum gained. So you're capped with 1 float. Roll 7 challenge dice, please.
We're gonna spend 1 to re-roll those zeros, and 1 for piercing.
That gets you your final breakthrough and completes the extended task as you the pressure you can feel kind of like the wind rush into the cave as the pressure changes rather rapidly, and a couple one starfleet individual kind of walks out squinting his eyes and oh, the Venture survived.
Congratulations, you are being rescued.
Wait, you're not from the Venture?
No, we are from the USS Valor.
I see. Can you tell me what happened to the Venture? Did she make it?
I'm afraid the Venture has been destroyed. We have some repair ships coming over to try and see if they can't bring her back to life, but for now we will have to try to get you out of here.
Understood. And with that, to bring sort of this scene to a close, I just need to organize to get the evacuation, everything out. It's going to be a control command difficulty of 4, and anybody can assist with this. This is to get everybody up after the remaining time that has been.
Okay, I'll give you a threat for the 3rd die and 2 momentum for the 4th. Roll the 0.
Get 1 momentum back, and gain another.
Wait.
It's control command. Gain 3 more.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know why I did triple, but just count the 0 for first.
Wait, so 2 momentum gained.
Okay.
Anybody else rolling on that?
I believe that is everyone, or unless Jeddah and Veritok wants to put their hand into it.
It succeeded, but anyway. With that, everybody beams back aboard of Valor with the evacuation of right around 6,000 colonists and only 15 crew remaining from the Venture. As the last of you beam up.
Well, at least we were able to save some. A little over a third of the colony. Lieutenant Clark, you can be proud of your people. You guys did an excellent job. Go get that arm tended to. Get some rest.
Yes, sir. She kind of sighs and tries to find a way to sickbay.
Yamashara, I guess will. What'd you guess? Unless there's something to do.
The Shran will. Yamasharo, Quentin, Ajin, I want you three to continue analyzing all the data we pulled from the Venture. Anything we can learn about this ship that attacked might be a decisive advantage.
Okay.
I'll see you on the bridge.
What did you think of a report that it looked Cardassian design? Cardassians have neutronium hulls.
Well, don't necessarily know that that's what the hull is made of, or even that this is Cardassian. Her description was two manta rays, or two stingrays, put together to form a plus sign. Just because something has an arc of curve doesn't necessarily make it Cardassian automatically. Still, it's something we can't discount. That's why I need you three to work together and pull every last bit of information you can from those files, corrupted as they are.
Right away, sir.
And the Shran will head back to the bridge to report into the captain. Got about, Captain, our total is 6,500 colonists, some of them in pretty bad shape, but Dr. Fairtalk seems to think all of them will pull through, and only about 15 survivors from the Venture.
Anybody of command status?
Lieutenant Amelia Clark assisted with the evacuation. She was also my source for the description of the enemy vessel that attacked the Venture. She's in sickbay now. She's got a pretty bad fracture of her arm.
Understood. Let's send that description of the ship out to all vessels in the area. Basically, be on the lookout for this particular vessel, and let's do a do not engage warning as well.
Hi, sir.
I was kind of like imagining a wanted dead or alive poster for that ship, just printed out on every Federation ship.
Basically, except it's not dead or alive.
Be on the lookout in the void. Mr. Adjun, transmit that back to Starbase 211 and Starfleet Command.
Affirmative, transmission in progress.
New scene, by the way.
Ah!
Sir, I've received a distress call from the Marilia colonies.
The Amarillia colony?
Yes, sir.
Helm, change course. Let's get there in one piece and as quickly as possible.
Understood. I'll lay in a course at emergency warp.
I'll be in my ready room. I gotta get on the horn with 211 for a minute.
Aye, sir. I have the bridge.
All right, so you guys get a little bit of free roleplay time before we close out today's session.
All right. Well, uh, I definitely want to talk to Admiral Haggard over subspace about this and let him know of our situation.
Okay. You head off to your ready room. The Valor goes to warp. You wish this to be encoded.
Yes.
Someone needs to make a control plus engineering for the ship's communications plus engineering. You guys set the difficulty.
So basically, from my ready room, I'll hit on the comm panel and go, Yamasharo, get me a priority 1 line to 211 encrypted. Yeah, encrypted.
Yes, sir. Right away.
Basically, I'm trying to use a direct action to also assist him in this.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
assist in
Yamasharo is doing the role. So, what are you guys setting the difficulty to?
Uh, I feel like 4 might be good. 3 or 4. You take your pick, Yamasharo.
I'll do. What was the tribute though? Hold on.
It's control plus engineering system of the ship's communications plus engineering. The captain is directing you with presence command.
Okay. I can probably make the 4.
Okay, we'll do 4 then. And my focus in Starfleet protocols applies, right?
Yeah.
You one. Good.
You give me one threat.
Yeah, give me 1 threat for the reroll, and I'll go ahead and give you 2 momentum for the 4th die. Fingers crossed.
Get a momentum back so far. Just need the captain's presence command.
Captain, you here?
Yeah. I guess that roll didn't come through. Give me a second. All right, there it is.
Uh, 2 momentum gain. Yeah, you get a line to Admiral Haggard.
Admiral, pleasure to see you again.
Captain, what can I do for you? What's the word on the Venture?
The Venture has been left a derelict. She is unable to produce any power on her own. We left a subspace beacon, letting people that come into the area know that there's a salvage claim, as well as called for a recovery team from Starbase 211.
And her crew?
Only 15 people have survived. They were able to make it back to the Navarre colony. However, once we got back to the colony, the colony itself had been destroyed. We have about 6,500 survivors, as well as 15 survivors from the Venture.
That's
I am
not good news.
No, it's not. I am transmitting a description on a sub-channel of a description of the vessel that attacked. It's from one of the survivors of the Venture.
Were you able
Weapons,
to recover? Oh, go ahead.
weapons appear to be anti-proton based.
Proton based. Were you able to recover any data from the Venture?
Bits and pieces, nothing coherent.
Transmit everything you have. I'll get the boffins here working on it as well.
Understood. Adding that to the transmission on the sub-channel now. We also are currently en route to the Marillion colony. We just received a distress call from them. I do need to request some type of transport either to meet us there or on the way to there, seeing as how we are stretched to capacity.
Haggard will check to see if there are any ships in the area closer, or the closest ship I've got to the Amarilla colony, whatever it is. The Aurelia. Okay. Aurelia. Do I have any other ships in that area?
High or low?
High. Yay.
2.
I've got 2 ships. Oh, go ahead.
Be the Asteria and Alexandria.
I'm ordering the Asteria and Alexandria to rendezvous with you at Almarilia. Is the Valor going to get there first?
Yes.
However, you'll be the first ship on the scene.
Understood. We'll try and get some readings and report back to you about the situation, and then, depending upon the situation, we'll transfer our civilians at least and try and get them out of the combat zone.
From here, it sounds like we're facing something very dangerous, Captain. What's your threat assessment of this vessel?
Possible threat assessment right now: anti-proton weaponry, unknown shield technology, unknown design. I would go with high or extreme. As you've probably already noticed, we've put out an alert for ships to be on the lookout and a do not engage for a ship with this description.
All right. I'm declaring priority 1 status for the entire sector. I'm further alerting all the colonies in 211's reach. Going to try and reroute some of our forces to a more central location to allow them to respond more quickly without lowering our guard too much on the borders. But I want you and the Valor taking point on this, Captain.
Understood. One thing that the lieutenant that survived from the Venture did say that could cause political I want to say backwash out of character, but that's
Backlash?
Yeah, backlash. That's what I'm looking for. Political backlash is, she said that the front of this vessel looked vaguely Cardassian-like.
Well, that would be truly bad news. It's not quite enough for us to make any kind of accusations yet, and as far as I know, although I'll double check, Admiral name. What's the intelligence admiral's name? GM, I can't quite find him in my notes. Oh, there he is, Whitley. Admiral Whitley's people have given us no indication that the Cardassians can expect this kind of weapons technology, but I'll alert him as well. Proceed with caution, Captain. I'll get the description of this vessel out and warn the colonies that if they detect it approaching, they should seek shelter outside of the city centers as soon as possible. I know this goes without saying, Captain, but our job is to protect all of those people. Do what you have to do.
I understand, Admiral.
When the Asteria and Alexandria join you, I'm going to place you in command. The 3 ships, we'll call it Task Force Maxwell. They'll be at your disposal.
Understood, Admiral.
Keep me in the loop as you can. Haggard out.
I will.
And with that, we'll bring the session to a close.